A sunny autumn day in the orchard, and I've got 3 weeks holiday, hard earned. And yesterday I pressed some juice. There's the part of the grinder, there's the other part of the grinder. There's the racks and cloths, there's the pomace. It's hateful, by the way, that I haven't got any beasts to feed this to. This crushed out stuff, you can chew it. It is actually made into bars. You could eat it. I think I will. I really just want to give them to pigs and cattle and sheep. We haven't got any. It's too bad. Actually, I must ask our mate Dave if he'd like to give some a try. Yeah, that's the point. Anyway, fresh the cider yesterday. This is juice. It's a bit scruffy now, I know, but this was all thoroughly cleaned properly inside. Here's the juice. And this had some sulphite added to it. Camden tablets. What I've got to do is decide how to balance this. Now I should be doing it scientifically, but I can't bother. Besides which, it's not as simple as that. It's not on a small scale. The juice, the apples I pressed yesterday were a blend of approximately 1 part Bramley, about 3 or 4 parts, no, about 4 parts of reject dessert apple. When I say reject, I mean some of these are very, very good quality apples that people ought to want to eat, but we've taken them to the market, offered free tasting. And the Sunset in particular, we've got about a ton of. They sold very well on tastings within a week of being picked, but as time went by, they started to get a little bit what we call fondant or soft or melting of the texture, what our customers describe as mushy or flowery, which really upsets me when they say that, because they're very good apples. I eat them and they're really enjoyable. That's just what apples are like, unless you want industrial commerce apples that are picked industrial and put into 4 degrees centigrade controlled gas atmosphere, in which case they will remain crunchy. But anyway, so we've got about a ton of apples that we're very good eating apples that we can't really sell, so they will mainly be going to our friend Jez for cider. I might make a phone call and see if I can take some to a basics bank and give them away to the poor if people want them. That's the only thing. But anyway, some of them in the cider. 1 part Bramley, 4 parts Cull dessert apple, and about 2 parts of West Country cider type apples. I'm just having a taste of this to see what I need to add to it to balance it today. Very sweet, and as you'd expect. I measured the gravity and it's 60, 1060, which is very good. I thought we'd have some good gravity this year. I can taste a tiny bit of tannin in that from the West Country, but not as much as I want. And it's not quite acid enough either. Jez, who does his work more scientifically than me, well, he's trying to make a living from it. I just make a bit of cider for fun. Says he's been measuring and there's not enough acid in this year, not enough malic acid, and you do need some malic acid. The pH has to be right, or else the conditions may be better for germs. There's a particularly nasty germ. We're on top of the vinegar. We haven't had any problem with vinegarisation for a long time now, but there's a nasty germ that turns the cider ropey. It develops a slightly gloopy taste to it, and it seems to be endemic in our orchard. Now, if you had enough sulphite, you can kill it, but I don't like to add too much sulphite. I like to keep it down to sort of 1 Camden tablet per gallon. But a high pH, good. I mean a low pH, quite acidic, is good. So I think I'm going to put some more Bramley and some more Yarlington Mill and Dabinet in that. I think probably keep the Kingston Black separate. Yeah, that sounds good. I think Julia and Emily have just arrived and do some picking from the sound of it. Wonderful stuff. We used to sell unpasteurised apple juice at the orchard, only from picked fruit. You know, only from a hand-picked, clean fruit, which we then washed, pressed, and took to the market the following day. We never more than 24 hours, and we did say, look, this is unpasteurised, drink it immediately or tomorrow, or freeze it. We have one complaint from a young woman, quite a foul-mouthed individual. You know, basically your cider gave me the shits, it's contaminated. And well, I said, well, there's nothing wrong with the cider, but I gave her her money back. Then I thought, well, all we need is somebody like that to go and make a complaint, and we'll have to spend thousands of pounds instructing a lawyer to defend ourselves, even though we've done nothing wrong. So, no more unpasteurised apple juice. I had somebody asking about it at the at Winchester yesterday. So I'm sorry. We had a complaint, and that led us in this particular society that we live in at this time. That we're not making much money. We're making, you know, £400–500 a year from selling unpasteurised apple juice. All it takes is one complaint, and even if we're completely innocent, you know, we spend thousands of pounds defending ourselves, face a massive fine. It's almost impossible to defend. I mean, how can you defend yourself against a charge that somebody drank something of yours and is ill? You know, of course they won't have any, or indeed they could stop contaminating it to prove you guilty. You know, the fact that hundreds of other people have had the stuff without any harm, it's no defence. So, anyway, yeah, slightly sombre reflection, but it's a beautiful day and I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to select some very careful apples, carefully select about 150 pounds of apples today and crush them to make up the fill up that 100-litre tank, which will be this year's cider production for us, for our own use. Music, by the way, is Stefan Grossman. Some of you may have heard of Stefan Grossman. I'm fortunate enough to have been able to secure a place at a guitar workshop he's doing in Yorkshire in a few weeks' time, and he sent us some music to listen to.